Welcome to another edition of Channel Partners TV, as we call it, CPTV. I'm Dave Raffo. I am the content manager for Channel Partners events and websites. And today I'm here with Rob Allen, Chief Product Officer of ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is one of the big names in cybersecurity and one of the big sponsors of our upcoming Channel Partners Conference and Expo, March 24th through the 27th in sunny Las Vegas. So thanks for joining me, Rob.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Pleasure to be here. Big name in sort of big name, but also a big name. I like that.
Big name, yes. And a big name in a big market, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, so tell us, what should MSPs and resellers know about cybersecurity threats today?
I suppose based on the evidence of my eyes and based on what I've seen, there doesn't seem to be any slowdown in terms of cyber attacks. If anything, it's accelerating. What I would say is that some of the ransomware gangs, I mean, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, generally speaking, make your environment as unfriendly as possible to a bad guy. I mean, fundamentally, most hackers are basically lazy. They're looking for low-hanging fruit. If you're not the low-hanging fruit, they're going to move on. They're going to attack somebody else. That was the case for a long time. One of the things, the developments that we've seen over the last couple of years is some of the gangs are extremely persistent. And basically they will find a way to get you. Given enough time, they will find a way to get you. Basically, and there's a couple of gangs in particular that are like this. Now, I have my own theories as to why it's the case. One of my working hypotheses is that it is because very often they're paying for access to environments. So they're not actually doing the hacking, getting in part themselves. They're just going onto the dark web and buying access from somebody else. So they haven't done a lot of the hard work, but they have an investment. They've spent money to get into an environment. And having committed money or spent money to get into an environment, they obviously are, forgive the term, invested in getting payment from that. So yeah, that's one of the big things that we've seen is they do tend to be a lot more persistent now than they once were. I mean, I've had situations, or I'm aware of situations with MSPs recently where effectively they've been in an environment for 4 or 5 months. They've got access to documentation systems, to password managers, they've compromised ORMs, they've compromised remote access tools, but it was not a in, out, overnight sort of attack. It was very much planned and executed over a period of time. So as I said, they do seem to be a lot more persistent than they were even 2 or 3 years ago.
Scary stuff. So where are MSPs and resellers having success then with selling cybersecurity?
One of the approaches that I see to be most successful, and I suppose I'll to step back a bit. First of all, I'll share a little bit about my background. So I worked for an MSP back home in Ireland for best part of 18 years. And we were one of those MSPs who basically had products. We had our suite of services, but things like cybersecurity, things like better security, basically, we would sell individually to each customer. So we'd go to each customer and go, look, we got this new product. It's called ThreatLocker. It's awesome. It's going to help you sleep at night. It certainly helps me sleep at night. I really think you need it. They do that, and if they did a really good job, they might get half of their customers to sign up. So they might, as I said, if they do a really good job, get 50% sign-up rate. The problem is there's a lot of hard work that goes into that. There's a lot of legwork, man hours, phone calls, quotes, all that kind of stuff. Basically trying to convince 50% of their customer base to sign up for a service that they know to be in their best interest. So the answer to your question is basically the ones that I've seen have most success are the ones who have the confidence to say, look, I'm the expert. I'm the MSP. This is why you pay me. You need this service. Okay. Now, if you need to explain why they need the service, that's fine. It does this, it protects you against that, whatever the case may be. But you need this service. And as your trusted advisor, I'm telling you, you need this service. Now, you can say no, but if you say no, go and find yourself another MSP, because obviously you don't take security seriously. And again, I suppose as MSPs and ex-MSPs, we know that the ones who don't take security seriously are the ones that will get hit. And not only are they the ones that will get hit, they are the ones that will blame you for them getting hit because it's not my fault. Well, so that is a fact. So it's almost like a test of your customers' seriousness as to whether or not they take security seriously. If they take security seriously, they're probably customers that you want to keep, that you want to work with, you want to grow. If they're not customers that take security seriously, then, as I said, they are the very ones who are going to blame you when they get hit.
Yeah, a lot going on there, and it's, as everybody knows, I think it's very rapidly evolving area. The whole cyber crime, the criminals are always evolving, and the good guys have to change to keep up. So, what's new? What's ThreatLocker doing new out there to keep up with all of this?
So ThreatLocker has evolved. I mean, I've been with the company now for 4 years. When I joined the company, we're an application allow listing, an application control company. So we have allow listing and ring fencing and storage control and elevation control and all those sort of core proactive protection parts. Over the last 3 years, we've added network control. I mean, if there's one thing that people take away from this, please let it be that you need to secure your networks properly. And I don't mean secure your networks from the outside properly, although that is important. I mean securing your networks inside properly. Microsoft released their digital defense report recently, and it basically said that over 90% of successful ransomware attacks used unmanaged devices on the network. Now, unmanaged devices could be the CEO's home laptop. It could be a smart heater and a fish tank. Ring doorbell. It could be any number of different things. But again, think about how many different things are on people's networks these days. But the other thing that we see a huge increase in is remote encryption. So it's effectively something that is unprotected on the network, encrypting data on something that is protected on the network. Now, again, it could be attacker spinning up a VM on a Hyper-V server. It could be an attacker. I mean, we've all seen how many vulnerabilities have popped up in firewalls over the last 6 months. And again, it only takes somebody to exploit one of those vulnerabilities. They get into the firewall. Very often people have got their firewalls tied to their AD, so they've suddenly got access to a server as well. So they just encrypt data remotely across that connection. So yeah, locking down your network is really, really important. I'm not going to say it's more important than locking down what can run and what can't run on your endpoints, but it is a big thing. But sorry, to answer your specific question, what's new? Obviously, we released our EDR platform a year and a half ago now. We released our MDR platform this time last year. I mean, fundamentally, if you're not looking at your EDR 24/7, it's as good as useless.
All right, great. A lot going on there. So will we be seeing you in March at the Channel Partners Conference?
I didn't realize that the answer to this question was going to be yes, but now that you mention it, it has been mentioned to me that can I go to Vegas on March the 24th? So the answer is hopefully yes.
Well, great. We look forward to seeing you, and I hope everybody watching this, come by the ThreatLocker booth. If you don't meet Rob, there'll be somebody else who can explain.
Hopefully it's going to be me. I mean, look, I don't want to let people down, so let's just say hopefully it's going to be me.
Okay, so Rob will tell you about all the fun goings on with the cybersecurity world. So again, March 24th to the 27th at the Venetian, Las Vegas. Thanks, and I'll see you in a few weeks, Rob.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.